Oh, come on, guys. We lost 10 minutes already. Oh, come on.
Oh, oh.
That's one of the... Hi, Pandora! Happy Christmas!
Christmas! I'm
Hello.
sorry I'm late. It's been
Yeah.
one hell of a day, darling. Just been speaking to my agent.
Pan, you could have chosen another time. This is the first time the three of us have got together all year, and Zoom are rationing the calls. We've only got 20 minutes left now.
Oh, Bella, I'm so sorry, but if only you knew. Anyway, welcome to Tinseltown!
Oh, you look fabulous.
Oh, and you look fabulous. Eat your heart out, Father Christmas. Oh, good for you. Right. Where's Tim?
I have no idea. He's probably lost in cyberspace. You know what he's like with computers. He's completely hopeless. Only last year he was still thinking the mouse was a foot pedal. Listen, Pam, listen. He's become completely withdrawn since he lost his job. He's never really had a girlfriend. He didn't get out much before the pandemic. And now all he does is wear a track in the carpet between the sofa and the fridge, or disappear into that shed in the garden to do his models, and that's all. Pan, we have to do something. We must help him to find his voice. We have to listen to him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but we have to help him. We have to help him build a life. Oh, come on, don't be like that. No, we have to listen. Pan, it's all about bridges, not walls.
Oh, sweetie, spare me the jargon. Sounds like one of those therapy courses you run. Come on, he's hard work, our brother. You have to admit it. All he talks about are those bloody models he makes out of toothpicks, either that or his health. The worst thing you can ever do is let him start talking about his heart murmur. He's been going on about his heart for years, and the doctors say he'll outlive us all. Every time he gets me on the phone, it's the angina monologues.
Yes, very funny. Well, patience. It's only for a few minutes. Let's imagine that we're all sitting around the Christmas table, brothers and sisters together. And Tim's in a really difficult situation. He needs our help, and he's our brother. So, oh, there, speak of the devil. Hi, Tim, you made it.
Hi, Timmy, happy Christmas.
Hello. Tim, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
It's that button in the left-hand corner. You're on mute.
It's that button there. Unmute. Oh, God. Oh, what did I tell you? Tim.
So calm down, Bella. He'll be back.
Oh, dear.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Yes, not quite so loud, Tim. There you are. Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Annabelle. Hi, Pandora. Happy
darling.
Christmas.
Hello, there you go. You just stay in the normal place with the camera and talk normally. That's all right. Happy Christmas, brother. Long time no see. What's new?
Oh, what a year, eh? This pandemic's awful, isn't it? It doesn't seem to stop. Everyone's lives have been turned upside down.
Oh, God, tell me about it, Tim. Try being an actor these days. No theatre, no films. Everyone fighting like rats in a sack for scraps of work in advertising. It's an absolute war out there, let me tell you. And, you know, I was just talking to my agent.
Yes,
He
this
was
pandemic's
saying...
been beastly for everyone. How about you, Tim? How have you been keeping?
Well, it was interesting that you asked me that because I have some important news. A few months ago, I was worried about my heart murmur.
Yes.
And as you know, I'm not one to complain. Mustn't grumble, that's my motto in life. So at first I just put up with it. And then I thought, no, better go to see the doctor. And he referred me back to a specialist, not the one I had before and couldn't get along with, but a new one, a young Asian woman, Dr. Ashnapak or Pashnak, or the name's gone. It took ages to get an appointment because of the pandemic. And when you finally go there, you have to do all sorts of rituals. You have to clean your hands with gel, wear a face mask. And then there's a social distancing and everyone keeps apart because of COVID. Anyway, Dr. Nakapash, or whatever her name is, I must find out, turned out to be very nice. And I must say, I did find her very thorough. She did all the checks and said I had this thing called acute aortic stenosis. I said, gosh, that sounds complicated. She said, aortic stenosis isn't very common. And I said, doctor, I always knew that I was a member of a chosen elite. Anyway, so Dr. Thingy said the first thing was to change my medication. Those pills I used to take, I think I told you about them, the angiotensin enzyme inhibitors, she took me off them, and then she gave me something more advanced, something called Myoden. It's for atrial tachycardia. You know,
It's when you've got a wobbly heartbeat, yes.
Yeah.
So
I tried this
thing, you've been through the
Myoden,
wars.
and I just couldn't get on with it. I wasn't sleeping properly. I was getting up several times in the night. My tummy wasn't really quite right. And, you know, my privates came out in a really nasty red rash. So I went back to the doctor and said, look, you're going to have to go back to Dr. Pishnak again. It was a complete rigmarole. I had to wait another month for an appointment, go through all that anti-COVID stuff again. And she did more tests.
Oh,
So
really?
she took me off the Myoden, which was quite a relief. You wouldn't believe it. But that red rash on my groin disappeared literally overnight. She gave me this new drug. It's experimental. It's called Cardigentex. Twice a day, morning and night. You take it before meals, but light meals only. So I had it with a little supper before going to bed. A small cup of chamomile and an arrowroot biscuit. So I started taking that, but I still wasn't feeling right. Then a few weeks later, the cardiologist phoned me and said, look, we need to do more tests. So I went back and they did all the tests again. And she said, it's to do with your aortic valve.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah, so she started talking about doing a replacement. But there again, all the operations are stacked up because of the COVID. And it's not the kind of thing you can do in just 5 minutes.
No, of
No.
course not.
So they scheduled the operation several times and it was cancelled each time because of the pandemic. Dr. Poshtak got pretty fed up with them, I can tell you. And I really felt not right. I really felt under the weather, to tell you the truth. But, you know, if I have a motto in life, it's this: mustn't grumble. Anyway, so this is the thing. After all this waiting, the cardiologist asked me to come back and she sat me down and she said, Mr. Baines, I have some important news for you. And
oh, he's gone again. Oh, what's he done? Oh, Tim.
Oof. Oh, thank you, God.
He must have accidentally hit the leave button. He's always been hopeless with computers.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be back.
Oh, what's all that talk about an operation? It sounds important.
Yeah, but it always is with him. Remember that time you sat on his model of the Eiffel Tower? All those broken toothpicks lying on the sofa. He didn't speak to you for a year.
You could sound a bit more sympathetic.
Yeah, well, you're the one. Everyone knows you're the one in the family who does sympathy. You're the relationship counselor. Why don't you start by asking me how I am?
I'm sorry. How are you?
Well, things are crap, if you really want to know. I haven't been out of the flat for 2 weeks. The last time I went on a date was 6 months ago, and I can't even remember the year I last had sex. If I were with a guy now, I'd probably put his penis in my ear. I'd have forgotten how to do it.
Yes, so maybe it's a sign you have penile dementia. And what about work?
Oh, do you really want to know? Well, the reason I was so upset is that I just had my agent on the phone and I've ripped him a new one.
Oh, dear.
Well, you know, they were interested in me for that French movie. You know, the voice work.
Yes, yeah, what was it called? Something about a conversation. Oh, yes, Chat en Folie.
Yeah, well, my idiot agent told me it was some slow burning drama about relationships and they were looking for voices. So I go online for the audition with the people in Paris, wait ages before my turn comes along, and then the director pops up and I think, hello, she's a bit louche. She's wearing a beret and a fur coat which is kind of half open, and it looks like she's got nothing on underneath. Well, this is France and this is the movie business. So I thought, well, okay, why not? But then this black rubber strap-on penis suddenly springs out in the opening of her coat. And she just tucks this gigantic dong thing back in as if nothing's happened and carries on talking normally. And at that point, the penny dropped.
What?
They're making a porn movie. Afterwards, I went on Google Translate. Chat en folie means pussy goes wild.
Oh my God! What did you do?
Well, I had to decide there and then what to do. You know, should I stay or should I go? And the thing is, I'm desperate. I've got no money coming in. I'm close to selling off some jewelry to pay the rent. And I thought, well, oh, hey, I'm only going to do the voiceover. It's only going to be oohs and ahs and orgasmic screams. I mean, no one will ever recognize my voice. It won't hurt my career, and, you know, maybe I can make some cash.
So you did the audition?
Yes. Okay, well, I have performed Stella before school children in Newcastle who never took their eyes off their mobile phones. When I played Cordelia at Stratford, Leah's dentures fell out and landed in my cleavage. I was Desdemona in Regent's Park, and a drunk vomited his doner kebab over my shoes. But never, never in my entire acting career have I ever experienced such utter humiliation as this.
What happened?
I'm a professional actor. I trained for 3 years at RADA, for God's sake. I've worked with the National Theatre and the Royal Shakespeare Company. And Tom Stoppard said he'd write me a part in a new play. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are not dead yet.
Oh, yes. And?
Well, today I learned that I've been passed over for voice work in a fucking pornographic movie. The director said I wasn't right for the part. She had the audacity to say she wanted a professional, not an amateur, someone who could project, who could feel. She said my orgasmic scream didn't sound French enough.
Oh dear. You poor thing. That's a nasty shock. Well, something will happen to cheer you up, I'm sure. Oh,
Hello, can you hear me?
there we are.
Oh, sorry there. This zoo program is utter rubbish, isn't it? One moment you're on screen, the next you're cast into the outer darkness. You just touch something and your voice gets cut out. Why on earth can't they keep it simple?
Well, you know, hundreds of millions of people do find ways of using it, Tim. And it's called Zoom, not Zoo. Anyway, the important thing is that you're back.
Yeah. All right, to pick up from where we left off, you'll remember me saying that I was speaking to the cardiologist. And anyway, she sat me down and she said to me, Mr. Baines, it's about the treatment options for your aortic valve. She said, as you know, we've been trying to schedule an operation, and unfortunately, because of COVID, the conditions aren't optimal for processing you. And I said, yes, I know, it's been cancelled several times. And I keep feeling this discomfort. It's like a nasty rumbling in your chest. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And the doctor said, and this is the important bit, I'm afraid, Mr. Baines, the important news is that you are...
Oh,
No, saved again.
that's really unkind, Pan. Can't you see he's worried?
Yeah, well, maybe you're right, but he does go on. Didn't you notice, Bella? He hasn't asked after us at all.
But we have to listen to his problems right now. We have to dialogue this out.
Oh, please.
Pandora, you have to understand. The building block of relationships is to listen. By listening to the other, you build mindfulness in reaching out to those in pain. What you are doing is empowering your own self. You see, Pan, relationships are all about we, me. Yeah, we, me, but people think relationships always are about the we, but really they're about the me, because you can't just love someone until you love yourself. You have to listen, have patience, empathy. What? No, what are you doing over here? I said, no, get back to your side. Bloody hell. Oh,
What the fuck?
hold on. Just let me go. No, get out and stay out. No. Oh,
Bella, how on earth was that?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Yes, things are rather difficult between us right now.
So I see. What happened?
It started in May. Things just started going downhill. I was busy with my new how-to book at the time.
Oh, yes. Love in the Time of Lockdown. The follow-up to Listen Your Way to Love.
Yes, that's right. And he accused me of being obsessed with my work and ignoring him. As if I haven't spent half my life listening to all his problems and the backstabbing he does at his stupid investment bank.
Oh, darling, yes, in lockdown, all the emotions get magnified.
You're telling me. Within days, we weren't talking at all. Not one constructive word. The only communication, if you can call it that, was in sulks and rages. And all complaining about the summer holidays.
What happened?
Well, normally we spend 3 weeks in the Maldives at a villa that his stupid bank owns. But that was off this summer because of the bloody pandemic. So I suggested Spain and Portugal, but then that was out too. And all the options were disappearing fast. And then I suddenly had what I thought was a smart idea. A back to basics holiday, just the two of us camping.
And how did he react?
Badly.
What did he do?
He went completely nuts. One day I came back from a therapy session with one of my clients and I opened the front door. He had got out a bucket of orange paint and painted a message on the wallpaper in foot-high letters all the way up from the hallway, up the stairs, across the landing and ending on the bedroom door. You have fucking got to be fucking joking. I am not going on a fucking caravan holiday to fucking Skegness. Not the slightest punctuation either.
Cognacs! The Shining comes to Wimbledon Common.
And from there, would you believe it's gone even further downhill? It's impossible living together. We decided to divide up the house, literally. There's a big stripe running down the middle of each room. The landing, the hall, the bathroom, the kitchen, the conservatory, the garden. We each keep to our own side. And there are stripy arrows showing which way we have to move if we come into contact with each other. Everything's divided up. I mean, look at this. There's even a stripe on the jar of peanut butter.
Oh my God, Mitz, how terrible for you. Oh, darling, it's this bloody pandemic. It's driving us all crazy. But you know what? The vaccines are coming. We're at the bottom now, but things can't get any worse, believe me.
Oh, they better not. Oh, Tim, you're back. But be quick. We only have a minute left. You're on mute.
We can't hear you, Tim. You're on mute. Be quick. We've only got a tiny bit of time. You know, yes, darling, we've heard about the heart, but let's not go back to that, eh? You know, time's running out.
Listen, guys, we only have 30 seconds. Let's quickly raise a glass. Here. Here's to Christmas. Here's your life. Here.
Yes.
Toast. What? Yeah, what are you? I am going to Thai.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're going